Some breaking news at this moment. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Vikas Swarup has now said that India has advised Pakistan not to meet Hurriyat representatives. Swarup tweeted, and I quote, "India has advised Pakistan yesterday that it would not be appropriate for Mr. Sartaj Aziz to meet with Hurriyat representatives in India," unquote. Another tweet read, and I quote again, "Such a meeting would not be in keeping with the spirit and intent of the UFA understanding to jointly work to combat terrorism," unquote. So it's a significant message that the Ministry of External Affairs has actually sent out. Smita Sharma now joins us for all the latest. Morning, Smita. If Pakistan has decided to play mind games in the form of, suggesting that talks should be comprehensive, India very firmly has reminded Pakistan that it should, and also advised Pakistan that it should not entertain the Hurriyat.
Absolutely. India being highly competitive here when it comes to this very, very tough war of words, Sanket, because just yesterday, remember, the Pakistan Foreign Office spokesperson Khalilullah Qazi, in that press conference, he had said that meeting the Hurriyat was a long-standing tradition and practice, and that Pakistan expected India to allow, of course, Sartaj Aziz, to allow the Hurriyat leaders to be able to meet Sartaj Aziz. This statement had come in shortly after the Hurriyat leaders had been house arrested. Now, put under house arrest rather. But remember, today Vikas Swarup has made it very clear that India has sent out that official advisory to Pakistan so that there is no confusion and Pakistan does not go ahead and say that, look, we did not get any official communication from India. What we had was only media reports. So Vikas Swarup there essentially suggesting that India had told them that no meeting with Hurriyat will be allowed. What he has said exactly is that India has advised Pakistan yesterday that it would not be appropriate for Mr. Sartaj Aziz to meet with Hurriyat representatives in India, and such a meeting would not be in keeping with the spirit and intent of the UFA understanding to jointly work to combat terrorism. India has also asked specific details of this agenda, which according to Mr. Sartaj Aziz, as he said that to our Pakistan correspondent, that he was also looking forward to a comprehensive dialogue.
Absolutely, absolutely, Smita. Do stay on with us. In fact, it's not only the itinerary which is casting a shadow on the NSA level talks. The issue of Pakistani National Security Advisor Sartaj Aziz meeting separatists ahead of talks with his Indian counterpart Ajit Doval is also rankling the Indian government. Sources say government has made it clear to Pakistan that the talks between the two countries will be jeopardized if Sartaj Aziz meets Kashmiri separatists. Now, there could, in fact, however, be a compromise formula ahead. According to high-level sources, there are 4 options for the Indian government. The most likely option, an informal interaction with Hurriyat leaders after the formal Indo-Pak talks. This seems to be acceptable to the Indian government. The other likely option, detain and stop separatists from going to Delhi. The other 2 options, both unlikely, are giving in and allowing separatists to meet Sartaj Aziz before the talks, or simply cancelling the NSA-level talks with Pakistan.
Meeting with Kashmiri leaders is common practice before consultations and talks between the two countries whenever they take place.
I mean, the whole idea behind the Hurriyats going to Delhi was that we wanted to strengthen the process of dialogue between the two countries. I mean, if they don't want to talk, if they have some reservations, or why make Hurriyat the scapegoat? I mean, that's a bigger question. And I mean, at a time when we are seeing so much of tension at the LOC, so much of firing is going on, innocents are being killed. So everybody was hoping that, this time the focus would be that how to make things right, how to put the process in motion, how to, in fact, give continuity to this whole process.
मेरी उम्मीद है और मेरा कहना है खुदा करे जो ये मीटिंग हो एक make a break.
I think the Ministry of External Affairs and the Office of the NCA will respond as and when required.
The agenda of this meeting was settled in the UFA meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif. And the first was the meeting between the two National Security Advisors to talk on terror, including the exchange of voice samples for 26/11. Therefore, this meeting is for talking on terror and the need to prevent it.
All right, we have Shuja ul Haq joining us from Srinagar, Smita Sharma joining us from Delhi, and joining us on the phone line now is India Today's consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai. Morning, Rajdeep. Let me come across to you first. This is normal mind games that we have seen Pakistan playing in the past as well. India wants to talk on terror. Pakistan says have comprehensive dialogue. But this time around, it will be seen as Pakistan going back on its UFA promise.
It will be. And there is, of course, the added complication that has been put in with India now sending an advisory to Pakistan that Sartaj Aziz should not be talking to the Hurriyat at all. Earlier, the sense was that it was only a precondition that he should not talk to them before the talks begin. But now it appears to be that India has advised Pakistan that Sartaj Aziz should not talk to the Hurriyat at all. So this brings in an added complication, and one wonders whether a situation is being created where either if the two NSAs meet at all, they will end up talking at each other rather than to each other, or you will be in a situation where the talks are now called off in the next 24 hours, because it will be interesting to see whether Pakistan is willing to accept any such precondition to the talks taking place, because traditionally Pakistan's position has been that Hurriyat must be made party to the dialogue process, and that the Pakistan government is free to meet the Kashmiri separatists. Now, we've got 48 hours to go, Sanket, and with this new googly being thrown by the Indian government, I think Pakistan will have to come up with a response sooner rather than later. So I think it's extremely complicated, and the UFA spirit, if I may be allowed to use that word, is clearly being diluted by the day.
Rajdeep, what is the sense that you are getting? You must be in touch with the senior functionaries of the government. What is the feeling inside the government as far as these talks are concerned?
Well, the sense one gets, Sanket, is that the government wants to talk, but doesn't want the talks to be carried out in a manner that it ends
Rajdeep, I'm sorry, I'll have to cut you short there.